Spider-Man Far From Home, the next Marvel movie to have come out right after Infinity War, and boy does it make that fact ever abundantly clear. The movie starts out of a sort of memorial for the Avengers, and it's super cheesy, but that's fine as it's intentionally supposed to be like that. As we later find out, it's something made by teenagers at Peter Parker's high school. Although I swear I actually heard people weeping in my movie theater when Tony Stark's picture was shown, which, well, was awkward. And to be fair, a lot of parts in this movie are awkward teen moments, as the first two acts feel more like a teenager Euro trip flick than a summer superhero blockbuster. And I've heard a lot of people complaining about this, even saying that the first act is far too slow to be enjoyable. Which I can't really agree on of that, as I'll admit, for the most part, I enjoyed more of those Euro vacation moments than some of the actual superhero stuff in the fight scenes. Now, that's not to say the fight scenes are bad or anything like that, as the first two fights in the movie against the elemental monsters are entertaining. But without going into spoilers, the whole twist that happens later of Mysterio in the second act kind of bummed me out. Let's just say it wasn't what I was expecting for the character, and I think they could have done a better job with such a cool villain. And no, Jake Gyllenhaal is great as Mysterio, it's more the direction the writers took of the character that I didn't like. And if anything, the way they decided to go with Mysterio, let's just say saw them limiting themselves of how much better the character and, well, his fight of Spider-Man could have actually been. Comedy-wise, there are a lot of decent jokes thrown in here in the typical Marvel fashion, which some of course hit you better than others. But the main story here is Peter trying to tell MJ how he feels about her during their summer trip in Europe, with of course his superhero duties constantly getting in the way of those plans. For the most part, this is done well, but I didn't get why he suddenly had a crush on her. As from what I remember in the last movie, he didn't have any feelings for her whatsoever. Instead, he only cared about Michael Keaton's character's daughter and kind of ignored MJ the whole time, and now suddenly he's head over heels for her and it's never explained why. So that whole thing did confuse me from start to end. But yeah, overall, Spider-Man Far From Home is a fun summer flick, and it's got its fair share of plot holes and its debatable take on Mysterio, and I personally still think that Homecoming is the better movie between the two. But you're honestly gonna have a good time if either or. Also, the post-credit scene here is a must-see, quite possibly one of the best post-credit scenes in a Marvel movie. Not because of one cool unexpected cameo appearance, but as well it throws a really interesting twist that sets the stage up for a third Spider-Man sequel. I don't know, for a post-credit scene, let's just say it does a lot, at least more than what I was expecting. But that's my take on Spider-Man Far From Home. Hopefully you found it enjoyable and informative. And if you saw the movie, do let me know in the comments down below if you liked it, hated it, or were somewhere in between, as I'm always interested to hear what you all have to say. As always, I'll see you guys on the next one.